Happy glorious Friday, and also, is anybody going to have some tacos today on Taco Friday? Oh, this guy is. Oh man, tonight is going to be some beef tacos. Oh, can't wait, baby. Happy Friday once again. Hopefully everyone's doing great, staying motivated for some IRL gains, also RuneScape gains as well too. TGIF, yesterday I ended up doing a live stream on Twitch and also on my main YouTube channel, Nightmare RH, so welcome if you are new. I pretty much have an ecosystem of many other YouTube channels, which I'm going to be talking a little bit more in today's video. If you want to see more content from me, definitely check out all my links down below. Don't be lazy if you want to follow along. Click all the buttons. Here we go. Today's video topic is going to be a fairly interesting one, and I did get this question asked yesterday on live stream, and if you do want me to cover a certain topic, definitely comment down below. Put your RuneScape username if you want a shout out. Understand that I legitimately probably have about maybe between 30 to 60 video ideas to talk about. I literally just write stuff down in a Word document, and I'm like, yep. Save this one for, a couple days later, a couple weeks, maybe a month later. So I am very much backlogged on the amount of videos to really create here. So understand if you do want like a certain type of video request, just please be patient, and I should get around to it eventually. But I pretty much got asked the question about, do I believe personally that the cryptocurrency market pretty much influences anything on RuneScape, such as very high-level items like a scythe, very much like RuneScape bonds, OSRS bonds, and it's really a pretty interesting concept to think about because, one, RuneScape obviously is a virtual game, and it's obviously, you can buy, you can do it illegally. You can buy illegal GP, real-world trading. You can do it legally, such as buying OSRS bonds, such as RuneScape 3 bonds. And yeah, if you really think about it, it's pretty, incredible. Now, I have made a video on my main YouTube channel, Nightmare RH, talking about this a little bit, primarily about the S&P 500, pretty much driven about technology companies here in America. If you don't know what the S&P 500 is, it's a ETF, which is basically an exchange of 500 phenomenal companies. Some of them do get the boot. I definitely will say that, but it's very much driven by tech-based companies. And there's a lot of correlation around non-tangible items. So, a tangible item. Tangible item is obviously this iPhone right here, specifically iPhone 14. Yeah, I got to upgrade my iPhone eventually. That is tangible. Now, something not tangible that you can't hold on to and grab is pretty much a dragon pickaxe, okay? It's a video game item. That can also be seen as kind of like cryptocurrency in a way. So, a lot of interesting things are definitely happening, and I really don't advertise one of my newer YouTube channels very frequently, but I'm actually gonna be starting to advertise this a lot more here. If you definitely do dabble in the stock market, I actually have a stock channel, Nightmare RH Bull 17. I'm actually doing a public profile challenge on this channel. 257 sexy subscribers. Yeah, practically very small group here. Some people from RuneScape, some people not. Obviously, RuneScape players really don't have an interest in this, but I'm doing a public account challenge on this channel where I created a brand new stock brokerage account earlier this year. Pretty much deposited a couple 5 figs, and I'm taking that to $100,000. And when I do hit that $100,000 mark, I'm actually going to be buying about probably a little bit over about $2,000 worth of OSRS bonds and do a drop party. And I'm also going to be advertising my stock channel as well, too. So I'm going to be making some IRL gains, let alone be hosting a big drop party. Definitely, hopefully, be getting people motivated to get into the market. And yeah, I mean, hey, if you're in the stock market, you're in the stock market. If you're not, this is pretty much like nonsense talking. But I can definitely tell you from my own personal account, over half of my yearly income comes from the US stock market. And ever since I started to get in the market during Rona, during 2020, when I was 31 years old, I recently turned 38 here. I sleep like a baby at night. So I understand the stock market isn't for everyone, but you gotta find really in life what your passion really is. Some people, they love precious metals. I've really never dabbled in pretty much like that area. Some people love real estate. Some people are Airbnb gurus, real estate gurus. Me personally, I don't really have a whole lot of passion for that. Maybe very yet, but pretty much on this channel, I dive into a lot of stuff, and I'm also not a financial advisor. I just really post what I'm doing personally and pretty much what I see, but I dabble pretty much around growth companies. Very much a growth investor, growth trader. And there's actually a very interesting thing that's happening where cryptocurrency, and also Mr. Freaky Forrester wants to ass rape me over here. Cryptocurrency right now is very much waking up because it's been in a slump. And I kind of really want to talk about one example about OSRS bonds, and does it actually follow the cryptocurrency market? So let's go ahead and look at this right here, right? My own personal opinion. So as for a OSRS bond, ever since primarily 2022, we have seen just a gigantic, very much like high soar of value around an OSRS bond. Now, let's go ahead and actually look at Bitcoin here on the screen. This is TradingView, which I use. Not affiliated with TradingView at all. If you want to actually use other stuff out there, you can just literally type in on Google looking at Bitcoin in the last like several years on the chart. But ever since 2022, Bitcoin has very much been on a breakout. However, here's the reality of it. My own personal opinion, do I think that Bitcoin influences like a OSRS bond or OSRS items? The short answer is no. I actually really don't believe cryptocurrency, or rather Bitcoin, because Bitcoin pretty much is the top dog of crypto. If Bitcoin is down, cryptocurrency is going to be down. Do I believe cryptocurrency does anything for the OSRS like environment? The answer is no. But what I do believe is that if the macro environment, basically higher inflation, which we are in the States and America, if that is tend to be elevated, you will see a lot of items like these definitely be affected. Why is that? Because things become very much more expensive. If you ever hear the term macro environment, it basically is talking about inflation or deflation. If you're in a deflationary period where, you know, stuff's going down, it basically means you're in a recession. It's not really the best, but then again, high inflation is not really the best too, okay? Microeconomics is supply and demand. Obviously, if we have a lot of Bandos Tacits in the game, more supply than demand, what ends up happening? Obviously, the price of Bandos Tacits go down. If we have not a lot of Bandos Tacits in the game and the demand is overwhelming, the price goes up. That's microeconomics. Micro is small, individual items. Macro, you got to be looking like very much larger scale. So, in my own personal opinion, I don't believe crypto really affects like virtual items such as bonds, such as like the Scythe and stuff. But I do believe zooming out entirely and looking at everything as a whole, that affects everything. So the fact that prices have just been going up like bananas in the last couple years, yeah, that's one of the reasons why bonds have definitely gone up. Now, on top of that, what also could cause OSRS bonds to very much either go lower or go higher? Obviously, if Jagex very much changes the price on them, that can also very much affect it. So, in my own personal opinion, to really sum up like today's topic, do I believe cryptocurrency affects OSRS and other games out there? No, not just cryptocurrency. It's everything. Every single thing like affects like theoretically this area. But I will say this, in my own personal opinion, having GP on OSRS is like the safe haven because items just continuously go down on this game. It's pretty freaking sad. I was looking at my bank the other day for the first time in a while, and I was really shell-shocked because I'm making like between 60 to 80 million GP per month, and my bank is still going down. Why is that? Because items continuously go down. OSRS really does have a supply and demand issue where there's so much supply of items that prices just continuously go down. I may actually be buying some bonds as a little investment on OSRS. I may actually be doing something like that. I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that. Like legitimately take my cash stack of GP and pretty much buy like a lot of bonds on OSRS. But I mean, ultimately, is the price of a OSRS bond going to go up over time? It definitely will. I mean, not only is it just looking at the chart here, it is going to go up, but from like a fundamental point of view, it's going to go up like very much long term as well too. Very, very interesting topic because let's go ahead and face reality. I guarantee you that the overwhelmingly vast majority of people that play RuneScape are in their 20s or early 30s. We're no longer teenagers playing this game. We obviously are very much in the financial like markets, and yeah, this is like a lot of things to really consider. For me personally, I'm very much in the stock market. I actually know people that very much do the opposite. They have like a chain of friggin' rental properties. Like I said, that's definitely not my passion. But I mean, hey, if that's your passion, hey, you know, good for you. That's wonderful. It's really all about beating inflation. That's really what it comes down to. And if you're in the U.S. stock market, it's all about beating the market, primarily the major indexes, which my profiles, my public and private profile, are kicking ass right now. So, like I said, if you do want to check out something new, definitely check out that YouTube channel. But, yeah, it's ultimately just crazy on how you can correlate RuneScape to very much like real-world items. And it's just shocking. It really is. But to really sum everything up, like I was saying, cryptocurrency, I don't believe really has a major impact. I believe it's everything. Everything in the world pretty much has an impact on OSRS. It's not just the crypto market. It's pretty much like the overall market in general, not to mention high inflation, mild inflation, low inflation. All that stuff matters too, right? All right, everyone. New video on this YouTube channel tomorrow. If you enjoyed this concept, definitely like this. Otherwise, I will see you all with new video tomorrow. More live streams coming. Stay motivated with your RuneScape gains. I'm chiseling away 94 RuneScaping. Got a lot of XP to go until I'm 95 for double law runes. That's going to be exciting. And I'll catch you on the next one. Later.